Hello everyone, and this is my review on two films on Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. Yes! These movies actually went straight to DVD, Blu-ray. I actually bought the box set, you know, because I actually don't really own all the films on DVD, except was Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky. Yep, those two. Sucky films. Okay, anyway, storyline. Well, actually, for these two, let's go with Curse of Chucky. It wasn't bad storyline. You get to know this mother and daughter who are living in this big ass house, who all of a sudden get this mysterious package that pretty much you guess a good guy doll. In this case, Chucky. You figure out, okay, somebody's going to get killed. Of course, somebody gets killed. The young lady, Nika's mom, actually gets killed by the doll. Well, Nika's rest of her family, say, her aunt, actually, well, actually not aunt, it was a sister? Yes, Nika's sister, my bad, actually wants to sell a house since the mom passed away. And since Nika, who's actually paralyzed and is in a wheelchair, her sister believes that the house is too much for her. Sadly, the sister wants to sell the house because she wants to make some extra money on the side. Well, of course, Chucky doll start killing people. We all always know this is going to happen. To get to the point of the movie, spoiler alert, pretty much everybody is killed except Nika. Where pretty much I'm not going to give you the detail too much about why Nika survives, because that's a little twist at the end. Where because of this twist, let's put it this way: Curse of Chucky pretty much is a sequel to the first three films. Yes, you hear me right. Pretty much, Bride of Chucky gets somewhat a reboot in this film. It gives you a little thing like, okay, now, okay. But, see, the Chucky doesn't, never, let's put it this way, it never existed. So, Curse of Chucky is pretty much replacing the last two sequels, films, that went straight to theater but failed. Most of us didn't like it. Mainly say that Chucky was the worst one. Bride of Chucky wasn't a bad idea, but most of us felt like it was a waste of time too. So, pruning this movie, Curse of Chucky, is actually the fourth film, the fourth story to the first three films. And I think maybe that's why it went straight to DVD Blu-ray, not the theater. The funny thing is, it's actually directed, and is it produced too, by the original guy who worked with the first Child's Play film. So it's almost like a revamping his own creation of, the whole Child Play films. Sad thing about this movie, it's low budget. It has a lot of computer graphics that suck. One scene I will say in this movie, Curse of Chucky, there's a scene where you see the doll, Chucky walking downstairs, where it is so computerized. You can see how fake it is. When you see him step the steps, it doesn't look like he's actually hitting the steps. He's almost floating in the freaking air. Like the gore scenes. There's a couple gore scenes that is dumb, almost cheesy, and it's done by computer graphics. There's a scene, I hate to spoil it, but there's a scene like one of the girls gets killed, and how, instead of putting like, plastic, fake makeup, for fake cuts and blood, they actually use computer graphics. Yeah. That was like the biggest disappointment for me in this film. Other thing is like, comes to the storyline, like stupidity details, like other spoiler alert, is when incident happens not that far from the house, the cop, this cop is pretty much asked to, go to where the young girl, where the family is, to her house, right? Well, the funny thing, where the cop is pretty much at, it doesn't look like he's far away. It looks like he's maybe about, give or take, about 3 to 5 miles away from the house. And this is the middle of the film, okay? Here's the funny thing. We don't see the fucking cop come to the house until like almost when everybody's dead. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Where like, okay, that cop should have been there like a long time ago. No, he is. And there's scenes like that, like little things like, oh wow, this story feels like a little lazy. But here's the funny thing. I will say it is still much better than See the Chucky. My opinion, check it out if you want to flush out Bride of Chucky, the original one, and big time pretend See the Chucky never happened. Watch this film because it's really a sequel. And here's the thing about this sequel: if you do watch it, now you have to watch Cult of Chucky. Before I get into that movie, my final grade for Curse of Chucky, I'll give it like at least mainly a C minus. I think it's because, like I say, it's a low budget film, a lot of stupidity. The gore, it would have been awesome if it was real dumb, real, mechanics, dolls or something like that. The real thing, like old school style. But it's dumb, computerized, mostly all the death scenes. That's what throws me off of this movie. And like I say, the stupid parts of the movie throws you off. But the only thing that saves this movie for me, that's why I didn't give it like a like D or E as a final grade, is it does say don't think about See the Chucky, and like it's almost a reboot sequel also to Bride of Chucky. Okay, now we continue to the next film. Cult of Chucky. It's actually sequel 2 now to your Curse of Chucky. It's like almost, I'm going to say, a month later. Like I say, the young lady, Nika, pretty much gets blamed for the killings of her family in the house now. So she's at this psych ward area. So she gets thrown there. The doctor pretty much is telling her, hey, you're the one who killed your own family. It wasn't a doll. The thing I like about this film, and this is why I kind of like this film a little more, in the storyline, they actually bring the character back. They bring Andy. Remember Andy from first Child Play film, the second one? The same kid, except, in the third one it was a different actor. But it was still Andy. if you remember the whole storyline character. Well, in this film, they bring back Andy. Yes, Andy, the original kid actor who's now an adult. We actually we finally get someone that they should talk about instead of doing that Brother Chucky and See the Chucky. They actually bring Andy, the original kid slash now adult. We get a little detail of him, what happened to him. While we get his little life, how it been. We go to his house where he lives now by himself. Well, in a sick little twist, we find out that Andy has a good guy doll. Not only a good guy doll, but Chucky. His head's chopped off. Asking yourself, what? Not to get too much detail on that one, you actually do have to watch now. Curse of Chucky, because actually there's a little Easter egg at the end of the film that kind of explain why he has the Chucky head, the doll. But other than that, now we go back to Natasha. So she's getting, all this attention right now at the psych wards, saying, oh, she's getting blamed for the killings. Even the people who are committed in that place also think that she also is the one who also killed her family. There's like maybe 2 people don't believe that she did it. They believe that the doll is alive. Well, to make matters worse, the doctor brings this doll, a go guy doll, so Nika can face her fears. Okay, no problem. You get a glimpse that, like I say, Andy has Chucky at his place right now, so there's no chance, this doll's alive. Everybody's thinking, right, the doll's alive. Crazy thing is, all of a sudden people are starting to get killed at this site worth area. Yeah. And here's the funny thing. It's the doll. You're asking yourself, wait. Didn't you say that Annie has a doll? Has Chucky? How can there be a good guy doll alive in a site war killing people now? Now, that's the little twist in this film. Where I'm going to stop right there because, like I say, I actually do like this more Cult of Chucky much better than, Curse of Chucky. It's actually well done. Not perfect, as, when it comes to storyline details. And like, again, it's a low budget film. And being a low budget film, you don't have a lot of characters in this film also. It's give or take, about 10 characters total, really. And like I say, Nika's at this psych worth area. You imagine it'll be more patients, right? Yeah, there's not a lot of patients. I think there's like a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 patients, including Nika. 5 patients in this film. Yeah, and the doctor and a nurse, a male nurse. Yeah. A site worth that has only a limited amount of security. This is a low budget film. Anyhow, when it comes to the gore, a little much better. They do go old school style. There's maybe 2 scenes they use computer graphics. When it comes to Chucky doll walking around, they actually do old school style. They do the overhead, view where it looked like they hire like a little person to wear the good guy outfit. It looked like Chucky's walking around. Like I say, old school style. Like I say, they bring back an old character, original character, you can say, Andy. Happy about that. And when you Getting more detail of Andy, what the hell's going on, and plus these now two Chucky dolls, you could say. It's a little creepy, and like I said, like how Curse of Chucky was, it's a sequel to the other three films. Now this is like now, if you include this is like the fifth sequel now. Again, you don't count now Bride of Chucky or City Chucky if you watch this film now. You, and here's the funny thing: at the end of Cult of Chucky, they actually make a little humorous, dark joke about See the Chucky. There's a moment where it's like, there should be kids. Yes, there's a little dark humor of making fun of See the Chucky. So that's pretty much telling the audience, pretend that movie never happened, and most of us pretty much pretend it never happened because it is a piece of shit film. If you rewatch See the Chucky, it's a piece of shit film. Real computer graphics. If you ever noticed, if you rewatch that film, Bride of Chucky was almost the same thing, but it was just making that extra money. You know, not bringing a character like Andy back. And I'm happy. Again, the same director, producer who worked on the original Child's Play film, again does Cult of Chucky. So you know it's legit when if an original director slash producer comes back to reboot his storyline, it's because he hated probably the sequels. You know, look like he hated Bride of Chucky and See Chucky, where I think he was just producer of the film, the original director of the last two films, but I don't think he was the director. If you ever notice, those last two films are, you know, Bride of Chucky, See Chucky, a piece of junk movies. Call Chucky, watch it. I think you still got, even you don't want to pretend all the films count or you're not a fan of the child play, it's actually good. They go old school route of slasher, humorous, cheesy horror film with a doll. My final grade for this movie, I'll actually give it a B minus. Because since it's a low budget film, it does have lack of, characters. Where if there were more characters in this film, I think it would be a little more better. If there was a little more detail of more of each character too, I think it would be more better. But I do like the twist at the end of this film too. There is a twist in this film where I think, I hate to say it, spoiler alert, if I think a lot of people actually go watch this film now or talk about it online, there might be sequels. Yes, I say sequels because they actually can make sequels after this film. Number of ways. Different with the characters now. How they, shock you at the end a little bit. Not really shocking because they actually, here's a little hint. They actually do talk about this little idea in Bride of Chucky. I'm not going to tell you what scene, what spot of Bride of Chucky. Unless you're a hardcore fan who love watching their movies and listen to little details in the film, they actually do talk about this little idea that actually they do actually do it in this film. Like again, check these low budget sequels to the Child Play series. Some of you might actually like them, like I say. And like I said, pretend that Bride Chucky and City Chucky do not exist anymore. Because these are like the new reboot sequels to those films. Pretty much. And that's my review on these two low budget child play films. Yep. Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky. Alright. Peace.